Hello. A few days go by and I think, oh, I haven't checked in a while. Well, now, not an awful lot has happened. I had a Beltane celebration with my working partner. I don't have a circle, as you know, not since I moved to this new place, but I have a working partner, and maybe in time we will end up with a circle. That's part of what we do. But even having a person to celebrate with is a good thing. A good thing. We tried to be carried away on the energy of the maiden in our workings for Beltane. The energy and vibrancy and the power to get things done and the giving into the urge to go for with gusto anything we desire. And who can turn away that aspect of this season? Trying to get in that place. The only thing that's kept it a little challenging to get in that place is we've had 12 days of rain. That place to me should be bright skies and gentle breezes, sunshine on your shoulders, and that feeling of being warmth, fire entering into your body, cursing throughout it. A little bit lacking in that. 2 weeks of rain. We did have 1 day of sunshine yesterday, but we're back to rain. And 20 degrees below normal temperatures. It went down into the 40s last night. That's like, we shouldn't be out of the 60s at nighttime. So anyway, it's just spring of 2016. A lot of us are experiencing extremes in weather and temperatures. But I'm feeling a little bit mildewed. You know what I mean? Those of you who live in countries that this is what spring is like for months. Those of you who live in the Pacific Northwest, I have several friends who watch these videos that are from that area of the country or have been there. Oh, you probably see this as whining, and I apologize for that. We're not used to being soaked for weeks on end here. Winter didn't bother me. It never does because I know it's going to turn into spring. But it's amazing how this kind of dull, long series of days in spring has rather impacted me and required a lot of attitude adjustment on my part. It's okay. It'll pass. But I am so eager for sunshiny days again. What else have I been doing to catch up on? Oh, not too much, really. Oh, the big deal is it's been 1 week, one entire week on the Weight Watchers program. It appears from weigh-in today that my body is very well suited to the Weight Watchers program as it exists now, which basically focuses on meat, fruits, and vegetables. There isn't like the old days, the saving up to splurge on things and eating of empty calories. It really is a very different focus than it used to be. It's the same focus I had been working on for myself for quite some time now. I did very well in my first week. I don't plan on doing a check-in weekly with Weight Watchers regarding, numbers. Because the numbers, I just shared with a friend that the numbers meant a little bit to me today because it showed what I had suspected when I learned the program last week, that I'm comfortable with this. This feels like me. It's my philosophy. It's my philosophy. Don't eat empty calories. Don't eat things that aren't good for you. Oh, the biggest challenge of the week was I'm in cheese withdrawal. I love cheese on things, in things, around things, all by itself. Saturated cats, saturated fats, saturated cats. Ooh. Saturated fats are very much a part of the consideration in this new Weight Watchers program. It's calories, protein, saturated fats, and sugars, or how it is determined what is a healthy food to eat and what is not. No news there, my friends. We all should eat low. As close to none when it comes to unsaturated fats. We should all be watching how much sugar is in any of our food. The sugar part was not a challenge for me this week. I'm not an eater of sweets, and I'm not an eater of processed foods. The only place I'm really encountering them to any extent is in fruit. Fruit is unlimited in the new Weight Watchers. That's not a problem for me. But when I sat down with my plotting and my planning for my points this week, I realized I use butter, I use cheese, I use cream, I use milk, I use sour cream, I use cottage cheese. Well, basically name any variant of dairy foods. And I love it. Yep, that has to change. It has to change. Oh, yeah, I know a lot of you going, yeah, you're just now figuring that out? No, I'm not just figuring it out, but I'm now facing it. Let's put it that way. So it was a really good week. I never once felt deprived. I was never hungry. I developed a new addiction along the way. I was actually having problems last week when I planned my groceries for the week, getting to the points I'm supposed to have every day. And when I mentioned that in my orientation after our meeting last week, because I had my grocery list in hand, I was going grocery shopping next. There was a gentleman there who's a lifetime-long member who had come back, so he was getting reoriented to the new program. And I said, I can't, like some people, I can't add in to get, if I feel hungry or if I'm trying to get extra points, I can't add in things like vegetables and fruit because I can't eat raw vegetables and fruit except in limited quantities. Stomach problems. Had that since I was a teenager. And he said one of his favorite things to do is he boils up a whole bunch of eggs and keeps them in the refrigerator. And he has a hard-boiled egg that he takes the yolk out of to get rid of the cholesterol. And he fills that hard-boiled egg with hummus. Well, now, I've always said there's nothing you could do with hummus that would keep me from eating it because I love hummus. One of the things about hummus is I'm used to having it on crackers or chips or something that doesn't need to go in my mouth. And to dip like vegetables, the problem is raw vegetables, I end up with a problem. And he said one of his favorite things was to put a teaspoon of hummus on the half of a boiled egg that he has taken the yolk out of. I am addicted now to hummus eggs. I love them because it's high protein, you feel full, but the tastiness of it. You know, the egg white really is nothing more than a protein source which holds the hummus. I highly recommend that combination for those of you who are looking for healthy snacks. You know, I can eat a piece of fruit, but I can only eat one piece of fruit a day without starting to have stomach problems. I can eat cooked vegetables. I can't eat raw vegetables. I eat one salad a day. Pay the price for that, but so what? So there's the only challenge I've had is getting enough points in a day's time and withdrawing from cheese. I'm not going to report the pounds lost. It's not for me about that. When I hit 50 pounds and when I hit 100 pounds, you can bet I'll be crowing. You'll hear me even if you aren't on YouTube because you're going to hear me screaming. From the West Coast, from the East Coast of the United States, you're hearing around the States, and then you're hearing around the world. So, yeah, I'll have my reasons to crow, but the increments in between are not something I feel like I need to share with anyone. I'm only sharing that it was an extremely good week this week because it was a kind of a reinforcement that the program's healthy and it's balanced. It leaves me fulfilled. It leaves me strong. It encourages me to be active. I really appreciate this new Weight Watchers program, my friends. If you were a Weight Watcher before last year, remember how you used to be able to save your points and then you could splurge on something that you needed extra points for, maybe a sweet or drink or whatever that wasn't, a larger portion of something than you would normally have? Not anymore. You're encouraged to exercise for exercise's sake. You track your exercise points as a way to know, are you getting regular exercise in a week's time? I love what you said at the meeting this week, which was we don't walk for wine anymore, which means that we used to walk, exercise in some form, track those points, and then we trade them in for some treat we wanted for ourselves. It suits me not to do that, and indeed, you're encouraged not to in the new program. So I'm very positive about it. I'm still feeling like every moment of my day I'm either plotting, planning, preparing, or eating food. But that's because I'm new to the program. That'll ease off. My tendency to be a recorder, journaler, list maker will serve me very well. Oh, I don't think I have any tiny moments for you because really, rain and rain and rain. I have one picture of it turned out that I'll put at the end of this video, which was the storm front that was bringing us all the weather kept going out over the ocean and coming back over the land. So the weather effects were coming from the ocean inland. And the day they told us would actually the next day have a break and have sunshine for the first time in 2 weeks. We were out on a ride, and looking out over the ocean, you could see the front that was moving over, and you could see on the other side of it the first bright skies in 2 weeks. And I had to take a picture of it. I'm like, look at that. Yep. And promise of that came true. The next day it was sunny, and then I went back to the same old thing. This week's going to be kind of for the whole week. Well, it won't last forever. Downside is it's basically flooded out the first plantings for the farmers here. The seeds they planted in April have all just floated away. They've lost their first harvest this year. Where we live is totally flat. We're talking totally flat. And most of where we live is under sea level, actually. So once the land gets drenched, there's no place for the water to go. It can't sink in. It can't roll off. It just lays there. It's going to be an interesting mosquito season. Anyway, my woes about the rain. I really miss getting out and about and walking. Probably need to change my attitude about walking in the rain. Probably need to do that. Or at least buy the appropriate clothing. Walking in the rain wouldn't have been so bad, except it was 20 degrees below where it should have been, so it was walking in the rain cold. And I didn't get out except for short walks between rainstorms. Ernie started sitting at the front door and staring. Nick would sit and stare at his leash, and they'd stare out the front door. Yeah, I felt like a bad walking partner. But that'll all pass, won't it? So, not much else has been going on. But I wanted to check in to let you know that it's been a great week. I know I'm doing the right thing for myself. The support, now I've been to 2 meetings, is awesome. And also, at home, hubby's starting to come along with this. He's starting to be there and be a little more excited about it himself. I think he understood that I meant it when I said I wasn't monitoring. I wasn't his food police, giving him a frown when he ate the wrong things or made a bad choice, that it was about me. And he could choose himself how he's going to relate to that. And I think, knowing that I'm not judging him, he's actually changed his behaviors drastically. It's nice to have that feeling that we're in it together. But I got to tell you, I made the right decision. I looked forward all week to going into that Weight Watchers meeting this morning, and I enjoyed every moment of it. And that's before I even knew, because I don't get on the scale at home when I'm Weight Watchers. It's before I even knew that it had been a good week for me. I just knew I'd done all the right stuff for the week, so I felt good about the week. And then the scale moved quite a bit. Just as a way to, at least in this first week, say, girl, you got this. It was a good day.